This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotatonetwork.com.
Watching television, watching television. Watching television, watching television. I need all the image, I need all the sound, I know the info right into my mind.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trial by Pilot. This is the show where we judge an entire series of television and the work of hundreds on one episode. I'm Bill Lynch.
I'm Elizabeth Lynch.
Howdy doody, little cuties. It's your huggable, lovable Casey Lynch.
I don't think we introduced ourselves 2 weeks ago.
We didn't.
Nope.
So I came in with that.
Because I stumbled over the intro. Did you have a second introduction ready?
Sure.
That you... Go ahead, do it now. I'm Bill Lynch.
I'm Elizabeth Lynch.
And I'm your stoic trunk of a man, Casey Lynch.
Trunk of a man, did you say?
Trunk.
It's like, Casey, you put on a little quarantine weight, but not that much.
I'm your chunky, lunky boy.
We are celebrating our third anniversary tonight.
Yeah.
Woo!
Tonight.
Cheers.
Tonight.
That's the illusion.
Everyone thinks we record at night now. That's
All right,
the
fine.
environment we've set up.
Yeah, we did for quite a while.
Casey is back for another episode.
Back again.
Ding.
Yes. Cheers, everybody, for 3 years. I just clanked 2 glasses together because we're all sitting socially distanced.
We're all breathing in each other's mouths.
So, first part of the show, I would like you guys both to talk about like your favorite episodes that I was really good in.
Hold on, let me refer to my list and which ones I starred. It said Bill Top Notch.
Are there too many to list?
Yeah, honestly. It's almost all of them except for...
Let me check my notes.
You weren't that good. I hated you in Babysitter's Club.
Duchess.
And I hated you in The Duchess. And I
you bad in
hated
The
you in Selena. Because you didn't know enough about Selena.
All the shows that I didn't like that Elizabeth liked.
Let's see. I don't see your name here. It just says other male.
Yeah.
Other white guy.
Other white guy.
Is that you?
Other white guy with a podcast, you're going to have to narrow it down. So if you've listened to any of our anniversary shows or recaps before, we're not talking about one pilot today. We're talking about the last year of pilots. We've watched a lot of friggin' TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some really great, some really terrible, and all in between. So we'll play a few games. We'll talk about our favorites and least favorite pilots and characters. And so what shall we kick it off with? Should we kick it off with our favorite pilots of the last year?
Whatever.
Okay.
I just have a question. What was the last one that Casey was on with us?
Last we recorded or the last that came out? Because last that came out would
Zombo,
be...
right?
Well, I was going to say last that came out would have been Tribes of Europa. Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean like last that we recorded.
Like last before this huge...
It was early 2020.
So it was like Zomboat and like, were you on Dispatches from Elsewhere? And that was it, I think.
Yeah, Zombie
Yeah.
Dispatcher from Elsewhere
Everything
and
past-
Ragnarok.
You were on Ragnarok?
Yeah, wasn't I? Or did I just watch that independently?
I think you just watched it
No.
independently.
Did I?
Because Janice was on that.
Yeah, we had a guest host for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well I just watched it independently.
Another one of those ones where you were in the basement with your mic next to you,
Yeah.
pretending you were still on the podcast.
Guys, isn't Thor cool?
On one of those episodes, I said, "Oh, we're not gonna even remember coronavirus."
Oh, yeah.
And 1 year later, Casey's seeing our house for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
After we all are like somewhat immune to this disease
Yeah.
at this point. Like,
Well, I've always been immune. I'm immune to all the diseases.
All right, should we talk about our favorite pilots from this year?
Sure.
yeah.
Oh, wait, I have a bit I want to do. What's your favorite pilot or favorite episode that I was good on?
Ragnarok.
I don't have an answer.
I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe we talked about Ragnarok on a subsequent episode that you were on.
Maybe. I might have just like texted you after you guys did it. I'm
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
how good was that shit?
I wonder if season 2 of that show's coming out soon.
It's been saying it for quite a while.
It was renewed, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go 5 to 1, and we'll each do our 5, and then each do our 4, and so on.
Cool.
I'll start. My 5th favorite pilot from this past year was Ragnarok.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
fun, different, foreign language, which is now basically all I watch, it seems like.
Yeah, it's like 75% of Netflix. At least good Netflix.
It was such a fresh take on that lore, and it didn't turn into like a cheesy teen thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Which it looked like maybe it would for a little bit, but it never really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and it was short, like a nice short show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ragnarok was my number 5 pilot.
Okay.
Are we going around
Sure.
like
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Both.
Let's really paint it. Okay, what?
Let's go in a
So
triangle.
it's just going to Liz and then back to you?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, so my number 5, I don't really have like a strong ranking for these, but
Just
I'm
say the
gonna
name of the show.
I'm glad I did so much work for this fucking episode. Immediately, Liz is like, I don't know. I just like whatever.
I just don't have a strong ranking system within that 5. That's all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say my number 5 is 911 Lone Star. I fucking
Okay.
love that pilot because it was so ridiculous. Didn't keep watching the show,
Yeah.
but that pilot was great, and we just like rehashed that whole
Yes.
first scene. That might be why.
I mean, it's been a couple weeks ago at this point, so let's do it again. 911 Lone Star starts with a security guard. Did you see this?
No, I didn't watch
I don't think so.
we told him to watch it. But
Starts
he
with a
didn't.
security guard microwaving his burrito with the tinfoil still on.
Yeah, I remember you guys telling
The
me about this.
microwave catches on fire as it quickly spreads across the entire room while this guy is in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to the next scene. An entire fire brigade is pulling up to this factory complex. The entire thing is a fucking inferno.
Yeah.
Giant factories are on fire. They find out it's a fertilizer factory. So the guy is calling from the truck, "Get the hell out of there!" And the factories explode like a fucking nuclear bomb and kills everyone except for this one guy.
Yep. All
Yeah,
because of a burrito.
That was 60 seconds into the show.
It sounds pretty good.
So anyway, that's why that's my top.
That's good. Oh, I feel bad now. I didn't watch enough of the shows to like really get a sense of like bad pilots. I tried to watch a lot of bad pilots, but I couldn't do too many. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I think we might make it a bit or like a ongoing segment where I just recap those 60 seconds every single week because I love talking about
I
it.
think that's great. We should do that. That and dark. I think it gives us like a little bit of break of your dark talk.
Yeah.
You know.
When this episode comes out and I listen to it, I'll like be like in the right mindset to like, okay, I'll put it on.
Yeah.
I'll watch.
Just watch the
911 Lone Star now. Is it 911 Lone Star or 911 Lone Star?
911.
911.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, it's about 911 call operators and like the insane calls that they receive.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
bad. That
I
sounds
mean,
like a better reality show.
It's really about the responders, I guess, like the police and firemen.
I think it's about all of them.
I think it's
the
about
whole, and they're probably
who
all
cares?
dating. I
It
think they're all dating
I don't
each
know what
other.
it's about.
It's a Ryan Murphy drama
Ugh.
that's like a little goofy. I guess.
Casey, your number 5 pilot.
My number 5 pilot of this past TBP season is Bridgerton.
Wow.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love a period piece.
Oh.
I love the costumes. The acting was good. It was like a fun British, like, that type of drama. I thought it was great.
Did you watch the whole season?
I only watched the first episode.
Okay.
Because I watched a few shows in preparation for this, and that was one of them. And I'm like, well, I have like some other shows to watch, but this is now my next watchable.
You
one
didn't
of them.
get to any of the good sex scenes yet.
What?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, for everyone to remember, I'm doing the anniversary and I haven't been on in a year, so
Right. So in case you didn't see all of these.
so I don't have some of my normal like touchstones of like this made me laugh so hard because everyone was bad.
Yeah.
Right.
You can also pick other shows I said that weren't on the podcast I don't know if you chose to.
No, I'm good. I got a list.
All right. Number 4 favorite pilot for me this year was Lovecraft Country. A totally novel thing. So well done. I mean, it's HBO.
Yeah.
Of course it was. Great acting. Weird horror elements that you wouldn't expect if you didn't know what Lovecraft was. So I really enjoyed that one. It's a 10-episode season. We've only watched 5 episodes. We watch
know.
like one episode every few months.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
We're
It's
just slowly.
it's such a
watching
daunting
it.
thing to watch an hour-long show for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a long time.
Yeah, and we've seen so many new shows that like are the fresh new things, so we got to watch those
Yeah.
first. We'll go back
Yeah.
to it.
That's how I feel about like Dark and Chernobyl. I'm like, I want to see them, but like, yeah, there's this fresh new shit. Like,
Yeah.
I want to watch Lupin and like talk with somebody about it.
Yeah.
No one knows what Lovecraft, whatever is again.
Elizabeth, number 4 pilot.
I'm gonna go with The Capture.
Okay.
I loved that pilot and that show.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what the hell happened? Like, I remember that pilot ending and being like, I don't get it. Like, how it happened? Like, I thought there was like some kind of like supernatural like thing. Like, there was, I had no idea.
Anything
it could have been
after the
anything.
pilot,
Yeah. So, and then that show was just one of my favorite shows of this year, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you watch that, Casey?
Did you watch
I
that
did
at
not
all?
know.
Oh, it's like it was a really good mystery. You
Yeah.
know, like kind of a detective.
Yeah, mystery thriller. It was about surveillance.
Yeah.
It was
really cool.
Yeah, it was really
Real
good.
prescient, I'm sure.
It was the kind of show where I remember like watching and be like, I want this show to end right now. Like, I wanted the episode to end so that I could just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it was like there was still more.
So you
like,
can stop paying attention for a minute and just kind of freak out.
yeah.
Like, okay, it's over. What the fuck just happened?
Highly recommend that one.
Okay.
Case number 4.
My number 4 is WandaVision.
Oh, nice.
I've only seen the pilot. I thought it was super funny. I'm worried it'll like become more Marvel-y because you know I am a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that stuff. I just sometimes it could be a little up their own ass.
Right.
So I'm worried that because the pilot was like super weird, super funny. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm sure that it'll like tie in more in the future, which is fine. But I'm just hoping it's not too much. But I thought it was good.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. Nice. I don't watch too many comedies. I listen to too many funny podcasts to like. Like D&D casting call I listened to.
Yeah.
Except for that one episode you said you skipped.
Yeah. I skipped a few of our episodes. I mean, sometimes they suck.
Yeah, WandaVision, the pilot didn't make my list, but Elizabeth and I finished it and really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Without going into any spoilers, I thought the non-Marvel-ish stuff was the best stuff.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was fully expecting it to get Marvel-ish at some point because,
They have to.
Listen, it's a superhero show.
Right.
Yeah.
Regardless of what genre they try to mix in or like do something really different, which I super appreciate.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going to be about a superhero, which is fine, but that was not the most interesting part of the show.
Yeah.
And I think I appreciated that they really just saved that for the last episode.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. It was
And
really
I
like a
would-
slow burn.
Because if it had been that way the whole time, I would have been like, I'm not into this.
Yeah.
But
Well, you
really
can't do that
liked
for
the
9
show.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked that show a lot.
Although maybe you can because they've done like 30 movies that are all like the biggest blockbuster hits.
Yeah. I'm fine with like superhero stuff. I don't want it to be too like, remember, this is the Scarlet Witch. Like, she's in the Avengers. And I have a theory on when this is taking place. But, I won't say it both in case I spoil it and so I don't sound dumb if I'm wrong.
Okay. You're probably wrong. Is what I'm guessing just by the way you're contextualizing it.
Well, I'm a genius, so.
All right. Well,
And I know everything about comic books. But yeah, I'm fine with like superhero-y crap.
Yeah.
But just don't like talk about like fucking Hawkeye or whatever.
I don't
Leave
think
him out of it.
I don't think there's any mention of Hawkeye. in this.
Good.
I feel like it was a
Is
smart.
he dead yet?
No.
Okay, that's a shame.
I feel like it was a smart move on their part, the way they did this to get someone like me interested in their universe at all. Because
Yeah.
I wasn't.
So-
and now I'm like, should I be the Scarlet Witch for Halloween?
So now this is leading into the next Doctor Strange movie, which is supposed to be almost like a horror genre movie.
Yeah.
Are you going to be interested in watching that?
Maybe.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope so. You guys haven't seen Legion yet, have you?
No.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing, because it is clearly like a superhero thing. He's got like powers. Everyone has powers. It's he's from the X-Men comics, but it's like totally different from other stuff.
I am interested, and I almost started it a while back when I was like looking for another show. Isn't it like 3 seasons or
3
something?
seasons. I got a tattoo from the show.
I know. It's just a big commitment. But I was
What is that? From what show?
That's from Legion.
Oh, okay.
It's from
It's great podcast content.
Hey guys, look at it.
We'll
But, I
post
mean-
it on our Instagram.
Casey, I was an X-Men kid.
Yeah.
But I never read the Legion stuff. So I mean, I probably would enjoy it. But
Yeah, I've read the Legion stuff more recently. Like, I read comics a little bit as I was younger, a little bit in my teens, and then I kind of went off of it for like, I don't know, like 3 decades until now. But yeah, I went back to read the Legion stuff, I think mostly after the show.
yeah.
And it was good.
All right. Number 3 pilot from this year for me was Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think I need to say much about this show. It was a fucking massive hit for Netflix. You know, one of my top, 3 to 5 shows from this past year. Really enjoyed it. I think it was short too. Wasn't it like 6 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
6 episodes.
I want to
baby.
say 8, but I could be wrong.
Maybe it was 8.
I thought it was
Maybe
a
it was
little
8.
more than 6. But yeah, it was nice and short.
Elizabeth, number 4.
I'm gonna go with the Queen's Gambit now, just because you just said it too.
Oh, you
Nice.
copier.
I just wasn't sure where to rank it with the last one, but since you just said it, I'll say it too. I know what my number 1 is. So Queen's Gambit. Everything you just said.
Cool.
My number 3 is, I kind of put this in. It was good, but I also gave it some honor. Blood of Zeus.
Okay.
Just I love like fun anime type shows, and this was like on the better side. And I love Greek mythology, so this was like fun. Like, look, I'm wearing a Medusa shirt right
Oh,
now.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, Medusa killing Perseus is the shirt I'm wearing right now. Some artist like Luciano Pavarotti or something. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I also watched that whole thing. But yeah, I thought it was fun, and you know, it kind of hit a very specific niche. So I didn't give it like top bill, but I'm like, let's stick them in the middle.
Yeah.
Make a mention of
I
it.
ended up watching that whole series. It was fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I was looking for like an action animated kind of brainless thing,
Yeah.
and it fit that bill.
I mean, it was no Dragon's Dogma. But
Yeah, it landed between Dragon's Dogma and Castlevania for me, which are
Yeah.
like the low and high points of like Netflix's anime series.
Yeah, that's fair.
Spoiler alert, I did not finish that series.
We're all shocked.
It's all right.
All right, my number 2.
I have some
All right, go
book
ahead.
recommendations if you want to do Greek stuff. I think her name is Madeline Miller. She did Circe and A Song of Achilles. Both, you know, obviously Circe is like
Game
a
of
witch.
Thrones.
A witch from like Greek mythology, and obviously Achilles is that dude with the sword, and he gets shot in the ankle. Both very good. I would recommend checking them out if you want like good Greek content that's not like cheesy.
Yeah.
Like whatever. I mean, this is kind of cheesy.
I have a video game recommendation if you're into Greek stuff. Hades.
Yeah.
You should-
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 pilot from this past year, Teenage Bounty Hunters on Netflix. So fucking good.
Very good.
So unexpectedly good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping when we sat down to watch this pilot that it was going to be so bad it was good and like we would be
Yeah.
able to laugh at
It's
it.
called Teenage Bounty Hunters.
And it turned out to
Exactly.
be fantastic, well acted, legitimately funny.
Yeah.
Just the right amount of camp. Like, man, mwah, chef's
They
kiss.
knew exactly what they were doing. It
Yeah.
was amazing. I don't
Yeah.
know why I watched this show. Because, like, you know, I think I watched it before you guys. But I just put it on one day. Maybe I saw a preview and I'm like, oh, this looks surprisingly good. But I watched it. I'm like, oh my God, why is this good? But yeah, it was great.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
I can't.
What
I
a
still.
great show.
I know.
Still
I
can't get
know.
over Netflix canceling it.
Maybe it'll come back.
Man, I hope somebody else picks it up.
I think they had to clear up some space for Kevin James' new show. They really needed some time slots.
I wanted to do that for this podcast because I love King of Queens.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny for
Talk
some
about
reason.
Kevin James way more than we should.
I know. I hate that he's in what's his name's fucking crew.
Yeah, he's in like the Happy Madison production.
but like
always.
as a comedic physical actor, I just think he's so funny.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll watch the Crew pilot at some point.
Ooh.
I'm going with Lupin.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That just missed my list.
Oh, okay.
You idiot.
I mean, I just thought that was. I also saw like the entire season, and I just thought it was like a really excellent show. I thought it was so interesting, and I really, really liked Omar Sy, and
Yeah.
it was just an enjoyable show. So I recommend that one.
Yeah. Is this number 2?
Yeah.
Number 2.
Cool. I also have for my number 2 Lupin.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool. Obviously, I'm gonna love a show that's about like a cool burglar, like,
Yeah.
like a gentleman burglar. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking
Right.
watch that
Just gonna
show.
wear like a cool like bow tie
Yeah.
and a hat.
As soon as I saw it,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, this was made for Casey."
yeah, of course. That's like, oh my God, he's so cool. Look how handsome he is. He's so badass. Yeah, I loved it.
Did you watch the whole series?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
Because I did like in the past week watch it, so I've only seen like 3 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When should I say how many pilots I've seen? Should I say it now?
How many?
Of this year?
Yeah. How many?
26.
Okay.
And I've only
Of our
been
whole
yeah, I've only been on 2 episodes, right? I watched 14
good.
pilots in the last week.
This is way more work than you did the first 2 years of Try by Pilot combined.
Yeah. I watched 14 pilots. didn't take notes really, a little bit, but I'm like, oh, I wanted to watch all of them. I thought that would be really funny. But after like 10 or so pilots, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
At what point
They're
does the
all
bit
mushing
start
together.
At what point does the bit have diminishing returns where it's like...
Because we're not going to talk about all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I've seen enough to make lists. I think that's good.
Did you listen to our episodes to help you decide which ones to watch? Did you use this podcast as it was intended?
I did. Well, I listen not every week, but every third week, depending on if I want to watch a show, if I think it looks dumb. But then I did listen to the recaps or the recap.
Okay.
Just to be like, okay, let me try to narrow some of the stuff down because I'm like, I know I want to watch Lupin. I know I want to watch The Great, which I did not watch, and some other ones, WandaVision.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what else they got? What sucks?
So then, Casey, I have a question.
Sure.
What episode did you like me the best on?
Oh boy, the recap.
Safe
It's actually
answer.
the only one I listen to. No.
All right.
I
number
listen.
one.
I'm a listener.
My number one pilot this past year was The Capture.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You like that as your number one.
I think that intrigued me the most. And I think maybe that's what I'm most looking for in a TV show. I want to be really intrigued by the premise.
Yeah.
Have something different. Plus, I had a huge crush on Rachel Carey.
Who that is?
That's the protagonist, the main,
Is she in anything else?
the main detective. I don't think so.
Okay.
But like, she's a very
Busty, would you say?
no, actually not
no,
really.
not busty.
Okay. I just thought that word was offensive enough, but not too offensive.
Busty.
Should I? You keep going.
I was just saying, Elizabeth talked about it a little bit before. It was on her list. The Capture was my number one pilot.
My number one was Teenage Bounty Hunters.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
I was just so I love that series. Obviously, we just talked about it, but I was just so pleasantly surprised with how much I liked that, how much I enjoyed that pilot.
Yeah.
So
It
that's
felt
my number
nice
one.
to watch it. It was good. It was like, okay.
Oh, I couldn't wait.
Yeah,
to
let me
watch
sit
that.
down and watch Teenage Bounty Hunters. Cool.
I can't believe Netflix canceled it.
Say it again.
Wait, they canceled?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've mentioned that
It
a
was
few times.
critically popular, lots of viewership, cheap to make. Like, what the fuck was wrong?
I gotta go through and count how many episodes you have said this exact
It's
same
definitely
thing.
been a few times. I've heard this before we even talked about it, I think.
All right, Casey, your number one pilot?
My number one pilot is Killing Eve. No, I put Zomboat.
That just missed my cutoff.
Yeah, that was my favorite pilot. I
was
mean,
great.
Hilarious. Loved the characters. Loved the whole premise was silly and fun. I love zombie stuff, even though it was barely a zombie thing.
Yeah.
I love British humor. What else can I say?
Yeah.
Listen to the episode, you idiots.
It was great.
Yeah, I just loved it. I'm like, okay, that's in there. What can I possibly rank above that?
All right, now let's talk about the shit. Our bottom 5 pilots of the past
All right.
year. Let's just go through our whole list at once. We don't
Yeah.
all need to do it.
Okay.
So I'll start. My number 5 worst pilot was Space Force on Netflix with Steve Carell. I think it's partly because I had slightly high hopes for it.
Okay.
Good cast. Big letdown for me personally. We ended up watching a second episode. It didn't really get any better.
Yeah.
My number 4 was 911 Lone Star, and I toyed with where I was going to put this on my best or worst list.
Yeah.
It was such a terribly made and written TV show that I put it on the worst. But let me go through the first 90 seconds of the show.
Well, we're having
Please
30
don't.
seconds
Please
now.
don't.
My number 3 worst pilot was Filthy Rich.
Okay.
My number 2... Filthy Rich was the one that we talked about with the dad opening
Yeah.
his eyes at
Yeah,
Kim
yeah.
Cattrall. Yeah, Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, I got you.
Number 2 was Vagrant Queen, which was on Sci-Fi. Just
Oh,
truly bad
I
in
should
every
have
way.
put that on my list.
Oh,
and
it wasn't on your list?
Yeah.
I think I wanted to watch it when it came out, and then you guys hated it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
But now maybe I should watch it.
it wasn't good. It wasn't even so bad. It was good.
Yeah,
it was
but
just
I
bad.
think I like that more than you do.
Maybe. Yeah, you probably do.
I definitely do.
My number 1 worst pilot from this past year was Dragon's Dogma, the animated series on Netflix. This was the first one that had come out since Castlevania, which I am such a huge fan of.
Yeah.
I will try not to gush again about it. So I was like, oh, cool, another animated show, fantasy, based on a video game. Maybe it'll be cool.
Yeah.
What a fucking boring piece of shit.
Not even boring. It sucked.
It sucked and it was boring. I mean,
Yeah.
the dialogue was the most cookie cutter dialogue.
Yeah,
None
yeah.
of the characters had anything going on.
No.
The animation was like meh, and then the dragon comes out.
I thought the animation
Listen,
sucked.
actually, the dragon's gonna be talked about a little bit later.
Okay.
When we talk about our worst characters.
That's fair.
But those were my bottom 5 pilots from this past year.
Yeah. Oh, the dialogue was shit.
All right, my bottom 5. Snowpiercer.
Whoa.
Okay.
I
didn't
hated
think it was
it.
great.
Really?
The pilot.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
think it was terrible, but I didn't think it was great.
I just didn't like it. I know it was like, as far as like quality of television, it wasn't the worst. I wouldn't put it next to Dragon's Dogma,
Yeah.
like as far as like quality of television, but I just had zero interest in it. It was
Yeah.
too dark. I didn't like it.
Yeah, we know from the past you don't like cold and metal.
Yes, I don't like
and
cold and
that's-
metal.
That's fine. That's been established.
That's a train
Yeah.
going through snow. So.
That's all that is.
Which
I get
brings
it.
me to A Brave New World. Wasn't too cold, but just no interest. It was boring.
It was
That
boring.
was boring.
It was boring.
Filthy Rich.
Yep.
Raised by Wolves. I fucking hated that pilot.
I knew that was going to be on your list, yeah.
And my number 1 least favorite was Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, I hated that.
Oh my God.
That was bad.
I feel dumb now.
Why is that on your top list?
No, I was gonna put that as number 1, but then I'm like, okay, but I did watch the whole thing, so I feel like I should put it. I put it at number 5.
Okay, all right.
Plus, did you watch it?
No.
Oh, you didn't watch it.
I couldn't do it.
Either episode 2 or 3. There's a very busty woman. I kind of raised it. There actually was. There was like a nude character.
I'm not surprised because I
was-
noted the his wife's breasts in the first.
It was
one.
so bizarre. It was just like she would just like take off her top, and I'm like, what is
Oh my
this?
God.
I'm like, cool, it's sexy for a cartoon thing, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was kind of funny. It was kind of funny.
Sure, it's sexy for a cartoon thing.
Whatever. I mean, yeah. It was just bizarre. It was so shitty. I
Bill
should
has
have
crushes on cartoons. It's
Oh,
fine.
I love cartoons. They're so hot.
I have a crush on a cartoon rabbit that is the mother to the protagonist in one of Billy's shows.
Yeah. I get it. I
And
mean, that's,
she's like a park ranger.
that's how furries are born, dude.
That's what I said to him.
Yeah, so Dragon's Dogma I put as number 5 just because of that. I put Mr. Mayor as number 4. I just thought it wasn't funny, and that's kind of like the biggest crime a comedy could have. One of the biggest
Yeah.
crimes.
You were enjoying that. I kind of like that show.
Yeah.
I thought it felt... Well, I found it kind of annoying, and it felt like derivative of like... It's kind of just like a shitty Parks and Rec almost. Like from a different point of view, but like kind of very... It's too similar and not good.
I mean, I see that complaint, and it certainly wasn't my favorite pilot. It didn't make my top
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
We've continued to watch it. It's not like my favorite show, but it's also like any sitcom ever. The first episode is not the highlight of the show, and it has so much credibility just from like the writers that I'm fine sticking it out for a while.
sure.
I'm enjoying it enough that it could turn into something really great, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Bill. I think that probably living biblically could have been really
Yeah.
good, but we,
We should've given it a
only
chance.
listened to the watched the pilot.
That's true.
I did watch All of God Friended Me, and that turned into a really good show.
You did?
No.
Who knows? Because some of these shows you really did watch the entire thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
what was the one?
Warrior Nun?
No.
Which I should say, by the way, I didn't say it was. You said I said it was good. I didn't say it was good. I said I liked it. It was not good.
What was the one where there was a wedding proposal going on in the background?
Whiskey Tango.
Whiskey
Tango.
Whiskey Cavalier.
Whiskey Cavalier.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
whole thing of
Whiskey
that.
Cavalier.
Yeah, that was a good show though. So yeah, I didn't like it. Number 3, I put Babysitter's Club.
Okay.
I watched it because I knew Liz probably. I didn't listen to that episode, but I figured Liz probably loved it. I
Emma was
watched
on
it-
that episode.
Emma was on that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I did listen to it then.
She didn't like it either.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was dumb. I know it's a kid's show, but
Yeah.
like whatever we did, you guys did like last week. I watched, which actually will come up later. But the kids show you watched, Hilda. I don't know why I'm being so coy about it.
Yeah.
It already came out. Like I watched that just because it was on the list.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's like a fun kid show. It like, it means something. And this was like, dumb little broads being annoying. Like,
Well, it was. It was also like a
Wow.
nostalgia thing for
that's what I
for
figured.
Yeah,
millennial
I think,
women.
I think that it was definitely like geared towards my age group that was like that liked that book series.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's a lot of parents like getting their daughters or kids. They're
Yeah, maybe.
getting their children to watch it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because the whole show did not feel like a show that was for kids.
I think
felt
it
like it
was
was
for
kid-
young girls.
Yeah.
Who are not babysitting age yet.
Sure.
That like still have babysitters and like want to be
Yeah.
older.
Yeah, I mean, it was
You know
fun.
what I mean? Like, it-
I mean, come on, you make a kid show just because it's for kids doesn't mean it can't be good.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't put it as number 1 because it was for a kids show. Number 2, I have Firefly Lane. I did not like it. I thought it was very boring. I did not watch the whole pilot because after a while I'm like, what am I doing here? I don't have. There's no enjoyment from this.
Yeah, I think that was an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an hour. I'm like, I don't like any of these characters.
Yeah.
This is just bad. It's annoying.
Yeah, I continued to watch that one. I watched the second episode because I felt like, I feel like this is something that I could like, and maybe if I give it
Yeah.
another chance, I'll like it. And I didn't.
Yeah.
It just was boring.
Yeah,
it was super boring.
Yeah, I can see it being like one of those shows that's not like super crazy. There's not like huge. It's just like a fun drama to watch. This was not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was like, everyone shut up and go to bed.
Bored and whiny and yeah.
Yeah. And number 1, I put Space Force.
Oh, okay.
I did not think it was funny, and my sensibility was incredibly offended by just the whole premise of the show. Every joke they made about like the military industrial complex was like, you're missing the point of why you should make fun of that.
Right.
Like the joke, you don't joke about the military saying like, oh, they don't get enough funding. That's not funny to me. So I won't go into it, but it was like not funny, and I was like annoyed at that.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Oh,
no.
nice. Cool.
Yeah, that's my list.
Out there. All right, let's play a game before we go on to character lists. But before we do that, I didn't ask you guys to prep this. I'm just wondering, since it's been 3 years, can you quickly call to mind your favorite and least favorite pilots of all time from Trial by Pilot?
Ooh, least favorite will be tough.
I will say least favorite for me is probably Living Biblically.
Yeah, of course.
There's been some other absolute stinkers, including Dragon's Dogma, but I'm going to go with Living Biblically. Favorites, I think Chernobyl is still up there. Dark, The Terror, and Killing Eve.
Yeah.
That's like my little core.
Very smart.
core
Very
list.
smart.
I wish that you had like posed this question earlier. 'Cause
I know, it just popped
can't
into my
think of
head.
it.
Yeah. I would definitely put Killing Eve, obviously.
Right.
As far as pilots go, I think what was that show we did? Where was it?
With the waves.
Yeah, no, the HBO show, the Italian HBO show, My Brilliant Friend.
Ah.
That was like one of my favorite pilots.
yeah.
I have to catch up. I will one day, I promise.
Great pilot.
But as far as pilots, I just remember that being a great pilot.
We have stalled out
Yeah,
on
yeah.
My Brilliant Friend.
Yeah.
We watched like half of the most recent season, just like haven't been able to catch up.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
episodes are so long and like they feel so long.
Yeah.
They're good, but
It's-
they just drag on.
Yeah, the pacing is slow. It's like good, but it's slow. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember liking that, and yeah, I don't remember like least favorite. I think because I find enjoyment watching the shit shows, like especially when I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like writing like LOL and like ha 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 in my notes. And I'm like, that's funny.
Remember to laugh while recording.
Yeah, I'm like, this sugged.
Elizabeth, you got anything?
I'm looking through a list of all of them now. I really.
Oh my gosh, we don't have time for that.
Yeah, you'll have to come back to me. I can't.
All right, let's play a game.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? I can. I'm prepped.
So
I've got a
I
game.
already kind of mentioned my prep, which was watching 14 pilots in a week.
Okay. All right.
I can like whip up a game if you guys want, though.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Here's my game.
Okay.
I'm going to say a quote. The quote is from one of two shows. It's either from Killing Eve or it's from Community.
Ooh.
And I want you guys to tell me which show it's from.
Okay.
If I lose this.
Elizabeth.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to read these in an ambiguous way or maybe even try to trick you.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll
Okay.
try to read it like the character. I don't know.
Yeah, don't say like, okay, it's me, Abed.
Yeah.
I made sure not to have any names in the quotes.
Yeah.
The next person that offers
Hey,
me
Jeff Winger. Sorry.
The next person that offers me charity or pity will be mentioned by name in my suicide note.
Community.
Correct.
By Jeff Winger.
Correct. Jeff Winger. Casey.
No.
When we seek to destroy others, we often hurt ourselves because it's the self that wants to be destroyed.
Ooh. Is that Community?
It's Community.
Okay.
Pierce Hawthorne.
Yeah, okay.
Damn, I thought I had you on that one. Elizabeth. Can we at least knock once in case she's naked or something?
I'm gonna go with Killing Eve.
It is Killing Eve.
Who says?
Kenny said it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Casey. I'm no sociopath. I always know what I'm doing is wrong.
Ooh. This is a tough one. This could definitely be Jeff Winger, or it could be anyone from Killing Eve. I'm gonna say Community.
It was Jeff Winger.
Okay, cool.
That's what my answer was going to
I
be.
feel like I got some pretty good quotes for this
These are
fucking
really good.
yeah,
ridiculous
these are
game.
good.
Yeah, I don't think you
How did
understand.
you come up with this game?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you understand how many times I've seen Community. So I probably have a little bit of a bump. Yeah, these are good.
All right, Elizabeth.
Okay.
I once saw a rat drink from a can of Coke there. Both hands. Extraordinary.
That is Killing Eve. And what's her name said it to the other girl in the subway.
Caroline said it.
She did?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
Lionel.
Oh.
Listen, you already had it right. Let's not...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was
Am I
that?
picturing the scene? I guess I thought I was picturing
That was
the scene.
episode 2, right? I believe that was episode 2. They were outside their little black site
remember.
bunker. Yeah, they were outside their little bunker before they went
yeah.
in. They were outside.
All right, Casey.
Yeah.
Our job is weird, but it's also boring.
Ooh. Oh no. I feel like I've only guessed Community, but I can't think of where this would be in Killing Eve. I'm thinking this is a later Community.
Is it a community guess?
Yeah.
Nope, Killing Eve.
When?
I was gonna
Bill
say-
says it in the first season.
When? Oh no, I'm an idiot.
I was going to say, I was going to guess
I
Killing
honestly-
Eve just so you know.
Yeah. I thought like I guessed Community too many times, but I could also see you doing that. Like that's a good like mix up. Like okay, after 3 Community. Okay.
Elizabeth.
Don't try to figure out the numbers.
Yeah. It's like okay, so he knew I knew, but did he know I knew he knew?
The answer is
then-
always C.
That was all going through my head as I was picking
Yeah.
these.
It's
Elizabeth. They look like bacon.
It looked like bacon.
They look like bacon.
They look like bacon?
They look like bacon.
They look like bacon.
these are really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Very well done.
I'm gonna guess Killing Eve.
Casey, do you know?
That's what I would say.
It was Killing Eve.
Okay.
It was Villanelle looking at a 17th century painting of flayed men.
Oh yeah. This is so boring.
Casey. I have a thing for bathrooms, actually.
Oh my god. Did you make mine harder?
I'm just picking them randomly right now.
Okay. Say it again.
I have a thing for bathrooms, actually.
Can you give place of origin?
No.
Okay. I have a thing for bathrooms, actually. Now I'm like trying to figure out based on what you've already guessed or what you've already told me. No, I have a thing for bathrooms, actually. I'm gonna guess Killing Eve.
It was Killing Eve.
Okay.
Villanelle said it. I assume because she killed someone in a bathroom.
Yeah. I'm,
Elizabeth.
when she killed Carla, maybe.
This is why the English never win any sports, because everyone else cheats.
Community.
Correct.
Okay.
Professor Ian Duncan.
Yeah.
I thought that was an obvious reverse psychology one.
Yeah. It's good.
Casey. I was never one to hold on to a grudge. My father held grudges. I'll always hate him for that.
Oh, this is Community, right?
Pierce.
Okay, yeah.
Elizabeth. Letting yourself into my apartment and drinking from a tiny cup doesn't make you intimidating, by the way. It's just rude.
Killing Eve.
It was Killing Eve.
Oh my god.
Villanelle said it to Constantine in season 1.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm not crushing this. Because, like, these are 2 of my favorite shows. I'm like, dude, I'm going to wipe the floor. And I'm like, oh, we're like neck and neck. This sucks.
Casey.
What?
You should really ask before you touch a person.
This is Killing Eve.
It's Killing Eve.
Okay.
Villanelle.
Yeah, Community didn't come out in that, like, consent era where we talked about consent so much, you know?
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Sometimes the hardest prisons to break out of are the ones without locks.
Yeah, I'm like thinking of all the scenes this could be in. I'm like, well, it makes sense here, but
Yeah.
also here.
I'm gonna say Community.
Correct.
Who said it?
Abed.
Okay.
Of course.
That's what I was picturing.
Casey. Accidents don't just happen over and over again, okay?
Who had an accent? I'm going to guess... All right, so this is going to be a total guess. My initial thought was going to be Community, but I'm going to say Killing Eve. Because I imagine if... Yeah, okay. Yeah?
It was Killing Eve.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I'm sorry. It was Community.
Oh, really? I was gonna say Killing Eve too.
Annie said it. The full quote is, accidents don't just happen over and over and over again, okay? This isn't budget daycare.
This isn't budget
I
daycare.
don't remember that. Okay. I think I'm losing now.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
what am I not good at?
This is hard because I feel like
Could
this
be
could
either of the main
Villanelle
characters.
or Jeff Winger.
Yeah. It's a little disturbing that they're so similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Killing Eve.
Community.
Are we,
Oh,
are we
damn.
sure it's not from both?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Casey,
Yeah.
you made me so happy I just peed a little.
Ooh, this is Killing Eve.
Community.
No.
Damn.
No.
Abed said it.
Does he? I don't remember that. Damn it.
All right, last two. Elizabeth,
Yeah.
sometimes when you love someone, you do crazy things.
Community.
Killing Eve.
Yeah.
Damn.
Is this from season 3?
I don't know.
Are we
I didn't put the
tied
season-
now? Are Casey and I tied now?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping track.
Ooh, I think.
But I'm very pleased that I'm actually getting you guys on
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, these are good.
Casey, last one. I regret nothing.
Community. Yeah.
Jeff Winger.
Community, okay.
Casey, you look so relieved, like, fuck, I got one.
I'm nervous.
I think Casey won. Did you get any wrong in the beginning?
I think I got 3 wrong?
You got a bunch wrong in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I only got 2 wrong.
Maybe it was. Maybe
maybe
you
I
won
did
by
win.
one. Yeah.
Count them up. We're not waiting.
I didn't keep track.
You didn't keep track?
No.
You absolute piece of shit. Are you kidding me?
It's just for funsies.
There's no fun having.
He can count them up when he edits it, and then he
That's
can
true.
let you know.
I'll just listen and then.
All right, let's do favorite characters.
Okay.
Actually, let's talk about some viewer responses I asked on our social media.
Okay.
Simon, longtime listener to the pod.
From Down Under?
Yep.
I made that joke last time. You said it
I know.
like
I
a
was just
year ago.
listening to that episode.
His favorite episode of our podcast from this past year was The Queen's Gambit. He said, great podcast episode for a great TV series. Coincidentally, he suggested that we watch that one. So
true,
a
he
little,
did.
a little self-serving there,
Yeah, a
Simon.
little,
Well, he didn't write the show. I mean,
we don't know that. What does this say? Created by Simon? In parentheses, from Down Under? What the hell does that mean?
He said it was weird listening to our Mandalorian episode because he had just listened to like a nerd podcast right before that. And he's
Yeah.
like, it was so disparate. Like he could tell what we liked about it, but then like the nerd stuff was just too much, like
Yeah.
forcing Star Wars. And then Susan said her favorites were The Babysitter's Club and The Duchess, basically because Elizabeth and I disagree so much. She
Yeah,
likes
yeah.
us going
Yeah.
back and forth. And she said the Firefly Lane episode is fresh in her brain, and she hasn't watched it yet, but she wants to watch it based on the podcast to see if she'll agree or disagree with our takes. All right.
I like that reasoning for wanting to watch a show. Like,
Yeah.
just to see if, like, where she'll fall there, but
Yeah,
not being
yeah.
like, oh, this is a show I'll like. Like, she just wants to see.
I do it backwards where I'll listen, like, let's see if these idiots are right.
All right, let's talk about favorite characters from the past year. Not necessarily on a pilot, just like of TV series.
Oh,
So we'll go
well-
5 to 1.
Mine's based on the pilot.
Yeah, mine too.
I'll go first. My number 5 was Beth Harmon from Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
My number 4, even though this wasn't a new series, Captain Adama from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, yeah, that's a good answer.
He's great and was really great in the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Woodman from Hilda. He's an animated, disembodied wood head with a wood body.
He looks like one of those, like, Deku things from Zelda, right?
Yeah. And he's a total sarcastic wise ass in a children's show. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
My number 2 is actually a pair, Sterling and Blair from Teenage Bounty Hunters. And my number 1 is Rachel Carey from The Capture.
Okay.
Call me.
Call me.
Elizabeth.
So, actually, Woodman got an honorable mention for me.
Fair enough.
I was kind of torn between, these aren't necessarily ranked again. I would say I liked Jamie, played by Amelia Eve in Bly Manor. She played the gardener. I just thought that was
Oh,
a
yeah.
really solid character.
Oh, okay. That's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
she almost made my list, actually. I
Yeah.
thought she was really good.
Oh, cool.
But
Yeah.
I was trying to do top 5 in the pilot, and I'm like, I don't remember the pilot.
Yeah. I also had kind of tied. I wasn't sure where to go with this. Beth Harmon or Mr. Scheibel from The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, Mr. Scheibel was great.
Not that I had to choose only one from the series, but I just, like, they were both so good.
Yeah.
So I have those there.
That's why I do it just from the series, is because I can't remember specifically enough the
Yeah.
characters just in the pilot, because we watch so much TV.
Yeah.
Like, I can remember my general feelings about that episode, but, like, about the characters, it's hard to parse out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think at least for that specific show, they were both two characters that you could pick. Well, she was a child in the pilot,
Right.
but she was good.
She was good.
And Mr. Scheibel was really good in the
Yeah,
pilot.
yeah.
So, who else? Blair from Teenage Bounty Hunters.
Nice.
And then I also have Rachel Carey, played by Holiday Granger in The Capture, and Sean Emery, played by Callum Turner in The Capture.
He was good, too.
Two hotties.
I gotta watch this show.
Also
You guys have
wonderful
mentioned it every
actors,
list.
but like... Casey, so one day while we're watching it,
Relax.
I'm sitting there on my phone and I'm like Googling Callum Turner, and I turn and like I show Bill my phone that I'm Googling him. I can't remember I don't remember which order it went in. And Bill was Googling Holiday Granger. Like we were
Exact
both,
same time.
That's great.
I mean, they're both like just like really beautiful people,
Yeah.
and like it didn't go. Like, if this was created by someone else and if it was a worse show, there would have been a sex scene between them. And unfortunately, there wasn't. But, like, the show was better for it.
Show's
like,
better.
But, like, beautiful people, but, like, not in stereotypical, like, Hollywood
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Where they're like interesting and beautiful.
Right,
It's not just
right.
like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
a blank
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Exactly.
Yeah, yep.
I dig it.
So, yeah, I think that's everyone.
Nice.
Cool. I'll mention before I go, just because we're on the topic of hot people. I was gonna do like a funny bit where I'm like, I'll just list like 5 kind of obscure characters who were like hot. I'm like, that'll be funny to be like, oh, this person, like that's my list. But I'm like, then I have to rank them, and I think that's a bit too far. So I did not do it. But yeah, we can go over that later if you guys want. So my top 5 favorite characters, I have Kurt Prunk from Oktoberfest, the guy who looks like Pedro Pascal.
Yep.
I put Hilda from Hilda
Nice.
as my number 4 because I'm like, cool character, fun, whatever.
Yeah.
I put Eloise from Bridgerton. She was the kind of like snotty sister.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always loved like the character who's
Sarcastic.
such a sarcastic ass. She wasn't in it as much as I would have liked, but it was hard to do top 5 characters
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Kat from Zombo,
Nice.
obviously. And number 1, I actually have Asan or Lupin from Lupin.
Oh, yeah, that's like
okay.
actually a good
I
pick.
love him, not just because he's hot. He's also really cool.
Yeah.
He's not just hot, he's cool.
I'm not surprised by that choice at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was just great.
All
I
right.
cannot wait to keep watching.
Real quick, bottom 5 characters. Casey, why don't you start this one?
Cool. I put my bottom 5 as the 2 white women from Firefly Lane. Could not remember the names. I'm like, give them both the top 5. I almost wanted to just put. So I have the 2 white women from there. Number 4, I put this and then I kind of put his name, the old white guy from Lupin, the Pellegrini.
Oh, Mr.
yes.
Pellegrini.
So I'm
yeah.
like, all right, I put his actual name. Then I had the white brother of the Bridgertons, but his name's, so I'm like, I think that's all right. No, actually, but so then it was Anthony, the older brother. He just seemed like shitty.
Yeah.
He was like typical like male of that century. It's like, all right, relax, bro.
Right.
Like,
Not interesting. Too
like-
prideful.
like marry her off while I sleep with whomever I choose. Like,
Right.
dude, chill. Number 2, I have the little white girl from Babysitter's Club, Christy.
I don't remember any of
Poor
these people.
Christy. She gets so much hate. She got a lot of hate on our
Her
episode
acting
too.
was fine. I thought her character was bad. It was just like she was such a little snot, only a little snot. It wasn't like, oh, she's got good qualities and bad qualities like all children have, all people have. It was just like, oh, she just sucks.
Yeah. Well, gotta read the books and also watch the whole
I'll
series.
definitely do that. I'll definitely read all the Babysitter's Club books.
There's only like 4,000 of them.
Yeah, and then number 1, I put Ethan from Dragon's Dogma.
Okay.
He just sucked. He
Dumb
was-
name.
he's
was
an-
it was it worth watching that entire
Oh, of
series?
course not. No.
Okay.
other than the naked cartoon,
Yes.
there was like some silly bits. I was just like, I have to watch it. Like I'm like pot committed in my like nerd obsession with like fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just watch it. I'll do it. I'm like, no, it's really dumb. And like when you watch a normal anime, it's some of the dialogue's weird because you're like, oh, it's translated, whatever.
Sure.
This felt weirder because it didn't feel translated. Like it felt like an English show. So like the bad dialogue felt even worse somehow.
Have you watched The Dragon Prince on Netflix?
I did actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was good.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't have any kids, but yeah, I watched it. I'm like, I gotta watch something.
It's like a little PG, but
It's
fine.
Yeah, it's good for kids.
There's a lot of cool fantasy stuff in it.
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Okay, so my bottom 5, I have Isaac, played by Tim Rosen in Vagrant Queen. Mm-hmm. He was also in Schitt's Creek, but like it took me a while to place him because he was just so bad.
He was Mutt in Schitt's Creek.
Mutt in Schitt's Creek. He was so bad in this.
Oh, he was the redhead?
No.
Who was he in Schitt's Creek? I don't know who Mutt is.
He's that redhead's son in like the first.
Oh, the hot guy.
Yeah, the hot guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then I also have Harold Lauder.
Oh, he's in... Oh, sorry.
What were you going to say?
He's in friggin' Cowboy. Was that like Wanda Earp or something? What's it called?
Wyatt Earp?
Yeah, but it's not Wyatt Earp.
I have no
There's
idea.
a show on Sci-Fi. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's in that too. He's like a vampire
It's
cowboy.
a show on Sci-Fi.
He-
I know it.
He plays somebody. He plays one of those old cowboys.
Casey's been doing finger guns for the last 2 minutes.
Cowboy.
It's just like that's going to...
He plays one of the. He plays the judge, the lawyer. What do they call that guy? Not the judge. He's got a
Barrister?
No.
The sheriff?
No.
Right.
There's like 4 famous cowboys. How does nobody remember them? That's fine.
Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
You know, like a lawyer, a judge, a doctor.
I didn't know what you were
Yeah, he
talking
plays
about.
Doc Holliday in... Go ahead.
In something. Okay, so then I had Harold Lauder, played by Owen Teague in The Stand. He was like just that creepy guy in the pilot of The Stand. I mean, I think he's like a main character. He like had that whole like manifest that he wrote.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah. Vaguely.
He was just like a creepy guy. Like he like purposely went and found the girl.
Yes.
He was just a creep. He was
I
a
wonder
creep.
how that show was.
I think that Ken watched it.
I think so.
Maybe you could get an
Yeah.
update from Ken. General Mark Naird, Steve Carell's character in Space Force, just bad. I mean, Steve Carell is so good.
We have a lot of overlap.
This was so bad. Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Dylan Gwyndaff from In My Skin. Beth Gwyndaff's father, he was just a
Ooh.
piece of shit dad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there was nothing redeeming about him, and I felt like they were setting it up where maybe there would be, and there would be some connection between them. And I think he said one nice thing to her.
Yeah.
And that was it. He was just a really piece of shit guy.
Yeah.
It's Winona Earp.
I know.
Yeah, on Sci-Fi. Or something.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And Linda Fairstein, Felicity Huffman's character in When They See Us.
Oh.
Fuck that lady.
Fuck her.
Yeah. I mean, she's a real person.
Right.
But she...
But also fuck the real person.
Yeah.
All right, so my top 5, not in any order. Isaac from Vagrant Queen
Oh, okay.
is on there. Probably pretty high up. Steve Carell in Space Force.
Okay.
He was just clearly trying to do this character that was not working. It was
Yeah.
so forced.
A voice.
Yes,
this
so forced.
Dumb voice. Yeah.
The security guard from the beginning of 911 Lone Star that microwaved his tinfoil burrito.
Wait, who is this?
Wait, can you explain it to us, Bill?
Rose Monroe, who was in Filthy Rich because she was introduced to one of her first cousins and immediately wanted to fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Dragon and Dragon's Dogma for looking like a 2002
Oh
animation.
my god. It was so bizarre. It didn't look like the rest of the show.
So weird.
Yeah.
Who made that decision?
I don't know.
Ugh.
It was just all bad decisions. That was just such a dumb show, except for that one character that I've mentioned.
All right, so Elizabeth has a game for us.
Yeah.
But first, I wanted to see if you guys could guess, as it stands at this moment, what are our top 5 most downloaded podcast episodes of 3 years?
Ooh, okay.
I know 2 of them.
Just go back and forth. So someone go first.
All right, I'm going to guess Person of Interest.
No.
Damn, that fell out.
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit, number 1.
Ooh, number 1 now.
Number 1 by far.
Yeah.
Queen's Gambit.
Rise.
No. It's been off the list for 2.5 years.
Okay, what was... Crap. What was it? My Brilliant Friend is number 2, right?
Correct. Number 2. How do you know this?
You just mentioned those two. How Queen's Gambit was quickly going to surpass.
Oh, yes, I did.
That's the only...
On a recap
It would
or
have been
something.
funny if I knew the top 5. Like, what the fuck?
Lovecraft Country.
Nope.
I'm going to guess second year anniversary.
No.
Ah, damn. Third year anniversary.
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversry.
What?
Is our number 3 most
Damn.
downloaded episode.
Wow.
I thought friggin' like, people would not be so dumb and would listen to the second year. I don't know.
All right, any other guesses
No.
before I reveal
Killing
them?
Eve.
Killing Eve is number
Oh.
5.
Yeah.
I thought I said that. I guess I was just
didn't.
thinking it.
All right.
And number 4, Chernobyl.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
That was in my brain.
Currently our top 5 episodes. And
All right.
Chernobyl and Killing Eve are only one apart.
Ooh.
So
one listener?
One download apart.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Casey, go to the library and download Killing Eve on a bunch of computers.
Okay, I will. I will put on a mask and go into the public library
Yes.
where homeless guys definitely don't jack it.
Okay. So I have a game. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically I'm going to take the plots of 2 shows
Yeah.
that we watched, 2 pilots, and you're going to combine the names
Got it.
to create a new show.
We did something similar to this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not a new concept. It's just my favorite game to do. Okay.
Are
Should
are they all shows that we've done the podcast for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all from this last year.
Got it.
Okay. Should I ask the way you did it?
Up to you.
All right, I'm just going to say them. A prodigious orphaned introvert discovers and masters a game and runs away on a dangerous adventure through the galaxy.
Vagrant Queen's Gambit.
Oh, damn
Yes.
it. I had the 2 in my head.
Point to Bill.
You know what? I think last time we did this, I was confused. Just the way you described it, I was like, I thought we had to do something. But now I get it.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Because I just remember, I'm like, there was some issue, but I'm like, oh no, it was just I wasn't getting it.
Okay. In the wake of a mysterious global disaster, war rages between the groups that have emerged from the wreckage of Europe, as 2 friends manage to support each other through it all with an unbreakable bond that carries them from their teens to their 40s.
Oh, God. Tribes of Firefly Lane?
Yeah. I just
Oh,
thought
I just
that
watched it.
concept was so funny. The tribes of Firefly Lane. Okay. I like this one. Drew, a newly divorced dad, faced with finding a kidney donor when he discovers his true heritage as the son of Zeus and his purpose to save
my-
the world from a demonic army.
Blood type of zoo? No, wait.
It's B positive and Blood of Zeus. B positive,
Blood of
Blood
B
of Zeus?
positive?
Be positive blood of Zeus. I just thought that was really funny. I was trying to find a way to also work in Oktoberfest blood and beer, beer
Oh,
and blood.
yes.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't figure out how to do it and how to make the title, but
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
okay.
B positive blood of Zeus.
Okay. A royal woman living in rural Russia during the 18th century is forced to choose between her own personal happiness and the future of Russia when she marries a single dad living in Alaska with his weird family.
The Great North?
The Great Great North?
Oh.
Either one, I couldn't, the Great North, but I couldn't decide if I wanted that or
Yeah.
the Great Great North.
Nice.
All right. I have 2 more.
Okay.
After joining forces with androids on a mysterious planet, 16-year-old twins dive into the world of bail-skipping baddies.
I'm trying to think of what the first one is.
Raised by Teenage Bounty Hunters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, last one.
Okay.
A gentleman thief sets out to avenge his father for an injustice inflicted by young bankers and traders trying to make their way in the financial world in the aftermath of the 2008 collapse.
Ooh.
I don't remember the name of this dumb show. Oh, wait. Lupindustry?
Yeah.
Very good.
Those were great.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, that's all I have for you guys. I could have done more, but I was just like kind of like running out of time.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That is 3 years for us for Trial by Pilot. Casey, thanks for coming back on.
Sure. I was gonna say I could start my quiz. I only have like 3 questions.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think you had any.
No, I was gonna do a quiz. No, I'm not gonna do it now. We'll do it next time.
Okay. Well, Bill, what out of all the ones that we've continued to watch from this year, because we've just had like so much time to watch TV as opposed to like going out and doing things. What's your favorite show that we've continued to watch?
I mean, I think probably The Capture.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so well done, so intriguing. Yeah, we finished a bunch lately. Capitani, WandaVision, Lupin, of which all 3 I really enjoyed. I don't think they were without flaws, all 3 of them.
Correct.
But they were all really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. How
You guys
about
wanna-
you? Do you have one that you like the best?
From this year?
Or whatever.
From ever?
Yeah, from ever.
My answer will always be Killing Eve, but the last season wasn't as good.
Yeah,
Like
I
season 3
agree.
wasn't as good.
Agreed.
But that's probably still like my favorite. Like if a show's coming back, I'll get excited for it. Just of the shows we've done. Like when they announce season 4, I'll be like, woo!
Yeah. Was that our first year? Was that in our first year?
I think
Killing
so.
Eve? I think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so.
I think that was one of the first pilots we watched where we were like, whoa.
Yeah.
This was
TV's
fucking
good.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
like what a new thing, like with a cool concept.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear the list of the shows? Can you look up when you messaged me to do this? Just
yeah.
my internet's not working yet. So I'll read the list and then you tell me how many days it's been since.
It's, you want me to tell you after?
Oh, if you have it now.
Thursday.
Thursday.
And we are recording on Sunday.
Sunday. So 4 days?
3.5 to 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is it that soon? Capitani, Firefly Lane, The Stand, Mr. Mayor, Bridgerton, Lupin, Behind Her Eyes, WandaVision, Selena, Oktoberfest,
Oh my
Babysitter's Club, Space Force, Hilda, and The Great North.
So many of those are hour-long shows, too.
What did you think of Selena, of that pilot?
I thought it was okay. I watched it because I thought it'd be a show you would like and I could make fun of. But I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that the ending of the episode was so strange, the way it cut. It
Yeah.
just like ended.
I wanted
and
to-
went right into the next. I don't know.
I wanted to put Selena's dad as one of my least favorite. Yeah. Because in the pilot, he's like annoying. He's kind of like an obnoxious dad, but he's not that bad. But I'm like, okay, I know there's some tragic stuff that happened in her life, and I don't know like anything about Selena, so I'm like, I'm not gonna put it just in case.
Just in case.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was okay, but he's kind of a jerk. I'm like, oh, I don't know what he did. I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I'll mention this later. But yeah.
Oh, wow. So you really don't know the story of Selena?
No.
Oh, interesting. Well, I would say then watch the movie. The movie is much better, and her father is played by Captain Adama. So,
Oh, nice.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you guys want to chat about before we sign off?
Yeah, here's my list of top 5 hottest.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another year of Trial by Pilot. If you have just found the show, we implore you, please go on to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, subscribe to the show and leave a review. It really helps us out. Tell your friends about it. And go on to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Trial by Pilot to follow us there. You can always email us at trialbypilot@gmail.com.
I just wanted to say happy anniversary. And did you know that year 3 is leather?
Ooh.
Yeah.
This ties into the hottest
Leather.
characters.
Yeah. Let's go back to last time I was here
Leather
for
gifts.
Tribes of Europa. Have you guys continued watching that since last time?
I plan on continuing, but I have
'Cause
not seen
It's
past
been
the
like
pilot.
2 weeks. I just wasn't sure if you guys had
No,
kept
we
on
haven't
it.
had time.
Eventually.
Dude.
Is it good?
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Well, I was going to say, let's talk about like leather and people being like hot.
nice.
Okay.
My one minor
It gets
complaint is that
sexy.
it was like not entirely like mind blowing, like nothing crazy
Yeah.
happened that I wasn't expecting. I've heard that it gets a little bit better in that regard. Like it's
Yeah.
not so cookie cutter.
It's definitely more interesting. It's not like the most amazing show ever.
Sure.
It's definitely like if you like watch another episode and you're like, yeah, maybe I'll catch up. I wouldn't fault you.
Yeah.
Is it as gory and violent?
There is violence, but I think that first like battle is as bad as it's gotten.
Do you think
yeah.
that I would like it?
Maybe the stuff with the crows. There's part of it gets a little more interesting.
Okay.
There's like it's like slave stuff, but it's like sex slave stuff, kind of. Where they're not. Well, hold on, Let me rephrase
It gets
that.
more interesting.
Let me rephrase that. They're like technically slaves.
Just like that, I was like, would I like it? Well, I
sex
think you
slaves.
would.
Let me rephrase that. All slaves are bad. They're slaves, but they're like chosen, and they love being like they're not even really sex slaves. They're just like they get to be kind of in the crow's like up inner circle, but they're still like
Right.
Like
They don't have any
concubines?
power, but they're like living the high life.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. That's kind of interesting.
Okay.
That's where you like really get like, oh man, Lord Vivaria is cool. But yeah, it's.
I just like that prompted you to
Yeah.
say that I would like the show.
I said sex slave, and I'm like,
I
that's
did play
really
a
bad.
concubine in high school once in a play, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Case, you want to plug your podcast before we sign off?
Yes, please. Listen to Comedy Bang Bang, my weekly podcast. No. Listen to D.
I have to say, you're a little bit annoying as a host on the show.
No, listen to my actual show where I'm absolutely annoying as a host. D&D Casting Call, me and my friend kind of rant about the way we would make a D&D character. We make up rules and stuff. You don't have to be a diehard D&D fan if you just want to hear two idiots talk about making fun of a celebrity and a little bit of D&D. Well, not, just like D&D. Be cool about D&D, all right?
Don't turn anybody off.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you to The Beats.
Oh, yeah.
Providing our theme music for the last 3 years.
Yeah, you probably don't even know this
Every
podcast
week.
exists,
Yeah.
but we have been using your free music for quite a while.
How about this?
And
let's go back and
all because we say thank you at the end of our show.
let's go back and forth and see if you guys can name all the Olympian gods.
That's another
That's the
podcast.
next episode.
Zeus.
Ooh.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.